I hope you'll be able to see most of it. And what I try to do on this is try to get it. See, if you got enough room here, you can try to put it like this and then lift up on it maybe a little bit and get it in. And if that doesn't work, it doesn't look like it's going to work. Let's just see here. Yeah, see, that's not going to work. I don't think. I think I'm going to have to start it at this end. But I don't want to slide it up too high in case I have to adjust it down. The last thing you want is to have to adjust it down on a brand new painted door, all to find out you slide it down and then you've got this metal groove and you just put a mark in the door, you know. But I think this one I have to slide all the way up, so I'm not too concerned about it. I say that. See, I kind of whacked it just a hair. I have to get my hammer here to tap on there. It was a little bit easier sliding it on there prior to painting the door. I've got 2 coats of new paint on this door on both sides of the door, so that makes it just a hair thicker. I'm going to keep it down a little. Maybe I can do it. Now I can kind of try to slide it along a little bit more. See, when it goes up, it marks. But like I said, I'm pretty sure I have to lift it up. So I'm not as concerned as I would be if I had to lower that a little bit after I got it installed. Make sure it doesn't fall off the edge. And I think I have it because I can see where the screw holes are. Okay. And it looks pretty good right there. If anything, it might have to go just a hair further. Ah, there we go. Okay. And generally when I install these brand new, I try to get it adjusted and put the screw right in the middle of the bracket because the bracket has an oblong screw area here. You see how this kind of is more vertical, like an eggshell, like an egg. It kind of is longer. And then I try to drill the hole right in the middle. That way I can adjust it up or I can also adjust it down. And because you don't have too much of a sway there. And yeah, I'm just doing it by hand. I don't like to get my drill out for this. And I'm first going to just do it at both ends. I'm not gonna do it anywhere else. Okay? Except the 2 ends. And then once I know I've got it adjusted where I want, then I'll put the other screws in. Okay? But I'm thinking I have to raise this up a little. Well, I'm going to keep it right like that for right now, I think. I'm just going to tighten up both ends. And I'm thinking this door is going to close really, really tight here, because I think I have to raise this this door shoe up just a hair. That's what I'm thinking. But see, those feelers are going to rub on top of this threshold here. Well, that's about right. Because see, if anything, you want it snug down there. You don't want it up so high that you're going to get air underneath there. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think maybe I've got it where it's supposed to be. You don't want to see any air under there, and you also want it to kind of feel that it's rubbing. And I can feel that it's rubbing. I don't have to. Okay, I think that's good. And later, if I have to raise it up, I know I've got just a little bit of room to raise it up. If I have to, if the door ever sags, let's say. If the door ever sags down, and if it starts hitting on the threshold or on the door shoe, then I can go ahead and lift it up. Okay? So if I was installing this brand new, I would drill a hole. I would only drill 2 holes at both ends. I'd get it about where I think, put it into the middle, then I could adjust it up, down, whatever, and then I would drill the rest of the holes. There's 6 screws in here. I drill the other 4 holes, and I would do those right in the middle. Down there, not too high, not too low. Okay, because you want to give it some room for adjustment later on. Okie dokie. And this is something I was going to do last week. And if you've been watching my videos, you'll have seen that I just recently painted this door. I painted it with 2 new coats of paint on both sides of the door, and I needed to let the paint cure all the way, and so I let it dry. I let it dry for a couple days before I reinstalled it in the opening, because I painted it out in the garage, and then I thought I better wait a couple more days before I put the threshold on, or the door shoe, this shoe that I'm installing, so that once I tighten it up there, if I ever need to pull it off later on down the road, I can, and it should slide right off. If you paint your door and say, oh man, I got to get this thing done, and you install your door shoe, your weather stripping shoe that I'm just showing you here, and you install your new handles on the doors, or your existing handles and your door hinges and all that kind of stuff, chances are the handles are going to stick on there, and the bottom's going to stick on, and next time you go to try to adjust that, you won't be able to very easily, because the paint will have stuck to the back side of the metal. Same with the door knobs, the door handles, and all that. Okay, so you want to give yourself enough time. Give yourself enough time for the door paint to cure properly. Okay, I always give it extra time, and then if I ever have to, I just give it a few extra days. Okay, now hear that noise up there? That's the weather stripping, and I'm not too concerned about the weather stripping rubbing like that. Because it's brand new weather stripping, it's actually stuck out this way further. It's not pushed in as much, because the old stuff was 17 years old. The old stuff pushed in a little bit. But eventually, this weather stripping will relax a little bit, and it will stop making that noise. that noise there. Oh, and I know what it is too. I'm like maybe I can fix that. See the top of the weather stripping, how it's sticking out that far, because I cut that before and I thought that was okay. With the scissors, I can pull that back and trim off a little bit more of that with my scissors to get that to push in, because that's where it's hitting, right up there. I see how this one here, it's not sticking out, is it? Because I trimmed this a little bit better than that other side, and I'm not having that issue. But when this door closes, it hits right up there and makes that noise. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that and get some scissors up there. And this stuff is really easy to work with. You have to watch that video, one of the previous episodes where I installed this new weather stripping around this door. Okay, all right, so I got that, and I just make it snug with my screwdriver. I don't try to take a drill with a battery operated drill and put those screws in, because I could go in too far. You know, if you use a drill like this, you could put the screw in too far and start spinning it into the wood, or if you're not careful, it could come off of the top of your screw head and gouge right into the door. I've even done that before years ago, so you always got to be careful with stuff like that. Okay, and so there you go. There's my bottom door shoe, and I like to use the U-shaped shoes that go all the way around. Now they do have some that just go from here to there, and they don't have the piece along the front. You don't really need the front, but then if you do that, then you see the bottom of your door, the bottom of your door down to the bottom of your door shoe, and this just cleans it up a little bit, and it's pushed on there. And this threshold is ever so slightly loose. Right there, it's not very much, and sometimes thresholds like this will have one screw in here, or maybe even 3 on the face, on the top edge, and you could tighten those down. And I don't really want to drill a hole in here and try to get a screw and countersink it and make it flush and all that, especially if there's concrete right down below this or something like that. Okay, this type of threshold was installed with this pre-hung door and frame, and you can see how the threshold goes underneath, and it's nailed and screwed underneath on both sides when you get the door, and then you put the whole thing in as one unit. And it's actually kind of slick how they do that, but I'm okay with leaving it the way it is, and every time it closes, I know I'm going to get a good nice seal down there. Okay, I got that on there nicely adjusted and secured, and I'm ready for the next project. That's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos. And what am I going to talk about next time? Well, it's going to be about this doorknob. I'm going to take this doorknob off. This was the old doorknob, and I was just using it because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to use there. I'm going to talk about that next time. See you then.